Hey, welcome to this week's episode of Chingaso's Combat Crew, formerly known as JJC2C Podcast. This is your one-stop shop for all your combat news. It's Memorial 2023 edition. I got my boy Fonzo on. Fonzo, how you doing, bro?
Good, man. And before we get any further, man, I just want to say thank you to all the troops out there and anybody who didn't come home. Salud. Everybody out there.
Yeah, that's right, man. Everybody gave some gave all. And then we remember them today. And we remember you every day. But today is specifically for you guys. And moment of silence, Fonzo?
Yeah, I think so, brother.
All right. Let's get this bad boy started. Fonzo, I got lots of combat news. I got some jiu-jitsu news. I got some MMA news. I got some new type of combat news at the very end. Let me know when you're ready, bro. You ready?
Time! Let's go. Let's do it.
Time. All right, Fonzo. So, first thing on the docket. Sounds like UFC's making a shitload of cash lately. You hear anything about this?
Tons, man. They're just fucking printing it up there, apparently. Like, just tons. Number one promoter, fight promoter, like, ever, pretty much. Like,
Bro,
how do you rank him? How do you rank the UFC right now?
They're like a monster on crack on Wall Street. They should be in charge of the deficit problem for the country right now. Put them in charge. They'll flip it around.
Fool, they'll just start putting matches. Dude, what they'll do is they'll go to the Senate and they'll fucking start doing like brackets and shit. Like, all right, you're gonna take on Dianne Feinstein takes on. You know what I mean?
She can't even stand up, bro. Don't talk about her
takes
like
on
that.
Ted Cruz.
Somebody.
But no, that'd be fun though.
Yeah,
Celebrity death match.
Yes, the claymation celebrity matchups. Yeah, that was fun.
I like to see.
Yeah, that was cool. They should do it with the new age twist.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, all right.
But yeah, man, Uncle Dana though. I mean, there's a lot of shit. I'm glad that the UFC's been blowing up, man. I love the fights. I love watching them, but they could be doing better for their fighters.
We'll talk about that in a little bit. But first, I want to talk about a little bit of IBJJF World News because that's going down at the end of this week. And one of the most hardest competition brackets going to be out there is going to be the middleweight division. And that's Tainan Dalpra out of AOJ's bracket. So he's, 2-3-time World Jiu-Jitsu champion already, tearing it up. He's basically been the Gordon Ryan in the gi, just subbing everybody, having his way, turning everybody into an accordion, subbing them on their way. Sometimes a little bit slower, sometimes a little bit faster. But this time around, dude, Tye Ruotulo, JT Torres, Andy Murasaki's already been in there, and he's been the nail for pretty much every single matchup against Tainan. But Tye and JT, bro, I know you don't watch a lot of jiu-jitsu, Fonzo, but I'm telling you, dude, those two guys, along with Tainan, there's not going to be no matches won by advantage here. Like, it's not going to be boring, dude. They're going to be hunting for subs. You're going to watch some wrestling in the gi by JT Torres. Someone is going to get slammed to the earth, and it is going to look awful. God damn! Yeah, I know.
You sent me a clip earlier in the week, I think, or like a couple days ago.
A training video.
Guys? Yeah. Who were the two guys fighting?
That was JT Torres. I don't know who that unsuspecting victim was. That's just one of his training partners. But dude,
okay. That was slick as hell, man. I don't even know how do you do that. What was that takedown even, dude?
It almost looked like his opponent was going for a collar tie, maybe, or like trying to grab a lapel or something. And he timed it perfectly and got in super deep, almost like an ankle pick. But instead of going for the closest ankle, he went for the back ankle and whoop.
Right. Yeah. And just you know what it looked like, dude? It looked like the freaking the Star Wars fucking ant walkers, and then when they fall over, that's what it looked like because that fool was like hunched over, and then he just fucking flopped over and went and like just and got mount. That shit was dope.
That's JT Torres, bro. ADCC champ, no gi world champ, and he's trying to do that same thing in the gi. He's a Jedi. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to these matchups. JT versus Tainan, JT versus Tye, Andy Murasaki throwing him in there. I mean, any of those guys against anybody in this division, I'll take my money. Oh, Flow Grappling, you already got my money. Whatever, you sons of bitches. All right. More jiu-jitsu news. Cuzzn Ant's hero, Gordon Ryan, the GOAT of no-gi, updated us on his IG account. Seems like he's been having some health issues. Sounds like he's been on lots of antibiotics. He's having some stomach issues again. Along with that, he's having his tonsils removed. So it might be a while before we see him. I know we were supposed to see him up against our boy Mason Fowler on UFC Fight Pass. He was promising us, I don't know, like 3 matches this year. We were supposed to see him against Felipe Pena one more time. Looks like Felipe Pena's moving forward and taking a match against Craig Jones, maybe even looking past jiu-jitsu and jumping into MMA soon. But hey, shout out Gordon Ryan. Get ready, bro. No matter what you do, you make jiu-jitsu better. You make jiu-jitsu exciting. You're one of the best, maybe of all time. And hopefully we get to see you proving it time and time again real soon. So heal up, Gordon. Gordon.
How long do you think he's gonna be out, man? This is gonna be a while for recovery, right?
You know what? I'm not sure. It might be like a few months, 2-3 months. I was hearing something like 3 to 6 months, maybe, that he wanted to be out for. So maybe in the fall.
And that's just recovering. Like, he's still got to get back to training after that and all that shit.
Yeah. So I'm not sure what he's doing right now as far as training goes, but I'm sure he's just gonna.
Yeah, no, man. That. Fucking Soul Santa Claus.
Rick James, stop that. Stop that. You don't know Gordon's routine. He works hard. It's all natty and something.
It's all liver.
Bro, I don't know if you remember. So this is Orlando Sanchez, rest in peace, bro. Gracie Barra, black belt, ADCC vet. Might have been last year, the year before. There was a training video out of the Ruka gym showing Sean Strickland. You remember Sean Strickland, the UFC fighter?
Yeah, I remember him.
And he was like sparring with somebody in the cage, MMA sparring, and they were on the feet and they got really close, and his opponent got him in like a mirror lock, kind of like, and twisted it. Remember that?
I don't.
And Sean Strickland got super pissed off, like threw a fit, like, hey, what are you doing? You're trying to break my arm. You're my training partner. You're supposed to be helping me get ready for a fight. So Orlando Sanchez was just that kind of a training partner. He's a little rough around the edges and passed away late last year. Autopsy reports came out, unfortunately, and it showed that there were some drugs in his system. So he may have passed away because of fentanyl and meth.
Damn, dude.
So he may have been fighting some demons. And, you know, I know he had a lot of stuff on his plate at home, in the gym. He didn't have the cleanest reputation, but he's gone now. We don't want to drag his name through the mud. He did a lot for jiu-jitsu as well. You know, gave us a lot of great matchups, pushed a lot of people, gave some people some great training advice, produced lots of awesome jiu-jiteros, I'm sure a lot of people out there have a lot of good things to say about him, but sorry, Orlando.
Show you, man, just how dangerous that shit is. You know what I mean? Like, it just
drugs, man.
Yeah.
Like, I remember Eddie showed me the documentary on Mark Kerr, the Smashing Machine.
Oh yeah, I saw that too. He let me borrow that. That was insane.
He used to show that to everybody like it was the Bible, bro. Like,
yeah,
hey, can I interest you in this?
Yeah, I remember I watched it with my pops. He was just like,
dude, like, what about that scene though when like his girlfriend that he broke up with came back after he got out of rehab, and he told Boss, he's like, hey Boss, I'm gonna go, you know, we're gonna go out for the week or whatever, and Boss was like, all right, man. Yeah. He already knew, dude.
Yeah,
drugs are hell. You know what I mean? Devil won that round for sure. So, Orlando, rest in paradise, my friend. Take care of us. Look down from up there, and hope you wishing your family the best.
Yeah.
Dude, you just talked about going to some awesome boxing matches at what casino was that? Was that Pachanga?
No, it was Fantasy Springs
Oh, okay.
down in Coachella, or actually Indio. Boxing is one of those things I stopped watching for a long time. You know what I mean? I grew up in the 90s.
Tell us why. Why you stopped watching, bro?
Well, many reasons. One, you got all the great fighters from the 90s. They just started retiring, and you only had a handful left. So you got excited for one or two fights every once in a while, like Canelo, some of the big Canelo fights. But even after that, you just stop caring about it. And, you see so many questionable decisions. You're just like, man, this is just not worth it. But you know what I mean? Like, it's one of those things where
Dude, how
I
many
still love boxing.
how many awesome memories you have watching some Julio Cesar Chavez fights with your cousins at your tío's
Oh
house,
man, so
at the
many,
carne
so many.
asadas, dude. Even once Chavez was gone, De La Hoya,
Yeah,
De La Hoya came through and he was like, "Hey, you know what? He's not Mexican, but we'll take him. We'll take him anyways. We claimed him, right? Mexico claimed him, and it kept kind of the tradition going, even though it may not have
yeah,
still been the same, but it was for our generation. It was our version of Chavez. You know what I mean?
right.
And during that era, we still had lots of good fighters. You know what I mean?
We did,
Dude,
we
Arturo
did.
Gotti, Mickey Ward, Black battles. You know what I mean?
Those are beasts.
There are some really good matchups that we got to watch. You know what I mean? And it kind of just seemed like once UFC took over, boxing was like, yo, we can't compete. We're out. We're just gonna do our
Yeah,
thing over here on our own. And I don't know. They've woken up this last year. They woke up
yeah,
after the Ryan Garcia Tank Davis fight. And dude, we got Lomachenko and Devin Haney 2 weeks ago.
yeah.
Me and my pops watched that shit. It brought back that nostalgia. It brought back
Look,
that
man,
fighters.
it was a good fight. I'll tell you, I mean, I didn't watch a live, but I was watching the highlights. Dude, it seemed like a pretty solid fight. Let's not even talk about how it ended or what the decision was. But did you enjoy it?
I had a hell of a time watching it.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, at the end, I already saw, bro. I was like, oh, I see it's coming.
All right.
It's too good to be true. I already know what's gonna happen. And
But
I didn't
okay,
want to
so
crash the party. But yeah.
beside that, like the
Besides that,
fact
though,
is,
it was
you
great.
had a good time at the fight,
Dude, the
right?
build up to it was good because
There
we
we
had
go.
two awesome fighters. You know what I mean? The every media event, every interview you listened to, you wanted to know what was going on. You try to get an angle because you didn't know. You know what I mean? There was a
Right.
lot of questions, and they got answered. They got answered in the ring. We didn't get to see. I don't know. Who knows? Some people say it was the right decision. Some people say it wasn't. But dude, fast forward 2 weeks later, I'm already forgetting about it because
Yeah.
I'm ready for the next blockbuster matchup. Errol Spence taking on Jamal Crawford. Dude, let's fucking go. This is another one of those matchups that people have been talking about for a long time that we thought we were never going to see. I honestly thought we were. I mean, it's a little late, but it's better. It's not Mayweather Pacquiao late,
Right. Right.
right? So these guys are close to their prime, and I'm so looking forward to this, dude. I mean, I'm not a boxing mega junkie, but I'm enough of a junkie to be like, give me some more, you know?
Hey man, I think I'm getting there again. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
this I started getting an itch. Like we went to those fights, man. I'm telling you, we had a great time. I didn't know any of the fighters that were fighting on that card, but it didn't matter. They put on a hell of a show. It was a good event. The crowd was small, but dude, everybody was there for it.
Dude, that's
So
what's up, man.
yeah,
Combat. It's just
yeah,
combat, dude. It's
exactly.
two people that trained for that specific reason only. Like that's all they do.
Yep.
That all they do is try to figure out how to beat the crap out of somebody else. And they're in the ring to see who can do that the best. And we get to watch. Why would you not? I mean, if that's what you're into, and that's what we're into, that's why we started this podcast. That's
Right.
why we did the rebrand, Chingazo's Combat Crew, because we want to talk about everything. And boxing is everything, along with MMA. It's one of the oldest martial arts out there. Bro, you ready to talk about some MMA news? Let's do this. Let's switch gears.
Cannot wait.
You need to take a poop or what?
I cannot wait.
Oh, my bad.
Cannot wait.
Dude, this is such a good matchup. Yes or no?
100%.
For those of you out there listening, we're talking about Khamzat Chimaev, Kamaru Usman. UFC's talking about doing this for Abu Dhabi, UFC 294 in October. They kind of been messing with Khamzat, playing musical chairs, changing his opponent. Oh, first he's going to fight Paulo. Then he's going to fight somebody. Now he's going to fight Kamaru. Whatever. What do you think about this matchup, dude? Are you here for it or no?
Oh, 100%. I didn't want to see him fight freaking Paulo Costa.
Yeah, dude.
You know what I mean? No. You know what I mean? I didn't see it coming. I didn't see this matchup coming at all. I'm just telling you. But the fact that we're getting it, I'm like, yeah, hell yeah, I want to see this fight.
Dude, I'm wondering, why do they keep, like, Khamzat's apparently saying he's been healthy this whole time, and he doesn't know why they keep switching his opponents. Why do you think they keep doing that to him?
I don't know, man.
Saving him? Are they, like, obviously they want him on this card.
But yeah. But at the same time, do you think maybe not only that, maybe they are being a little protective of him? Because you know what I mean? Like, ever since Khabib left, he's kind of like the person who they're kind of banking on right now. Well, maybe not banking, because you got a lot of good fighters too. You got Shavkat. You have what's his name? Islam. So all those guys are very reminiscent, kind of.
Just not marketing them enough. Like, none of their fighters really. You know what I mean? Like, even John Jones. Right now, I mean, if you ask them who their number one fighter is, it's John. But they don't promote fucking nobody, bro.
Well, yeah. I mean,
ass motherfucker.
Well, maybe that's going to change, man. Maybe that's going to change with the fucking WWE rebranded.
We'll see. If Vince McMahon has anything to do with that, about it, hopefully. But no matter what, I'm stoked for this matchup. Are you stoked or no?
Hell is stoked, man. I can't wait. Cannot wait.
Yeah, we're going to have to get together for this one, bro.
Yeah.
Carne asada faux show. Looking forward to it. Dude, how about this? This is a little bit older, but Dricus Du Plesis went on the MMA Hour with Ariel Helwani a couple weeks ago. And he said, quote unquote, "I've never been walked over my whole career, bro."
Damn.
Yeah. Write that down, Fonzo. Keep that receipt. Put it in your pocket. We might need to bring that up pretty soon. But I was thinking, I'm like, dude, that's like he's saying, you know, hey, I don't run away from nobody. Nobody fucks me up. So I was like, dude, who has he fought? So here's his UFC record. Marcus Perez. I don't know if he's in the UFC anymore. Trevin Giles is in the UFC. Got KO round 2. Brad Tavares, unanimous decision round 3. That one's pretty good, you know.
Yeah.
Brad Tavares is
too.
Super. I'd put more stake on the Brad Tavares fight than the Darren Till match, because Darren Till is trash, and it took him 3 rounds to take him out. And then you got the Derek Brunson TKO round 2. Even though did you see that match?
I don't think I did.
Dude, he looked like he was and again, I don't know if it's because of the nose issue. Remember, apparently he couldn't breathe, but it looked like he was gassed, and then he just somehow survived and ended up winning that matchup. But hey,
oh wait, that was his latest fight, right? You know, I did see that.
Yeah, that was his last fight.
I did see that. Yeah.
That was his last fight, and now he's got Bobby Knuckles in July, right? International Fight Week.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, how do you think it's gonna go down for him, bro?
You know what? Well, I mean, I was impressed. I've been impressed with his record so far. You're right. In the last fight with Derek Brunson, he did seem gassed, but I think that was more of his condition with his nose, you know, because he came back on the 3rd round. He was fine. He wasn't moving any different. Like,
they only went 2. The first round he was
right.
Brunson, they both gassed out, and then in the second round it was almost like a zombie MMA where they were just like,
but he didn't seem like he was drained that much, though. I don't know.
But dude, what do you think about his technique? I don't know if, like, he looks sloppy.
Yeah, he could tighten it up 100% for sure.
Definitely, like 1,000%. You know what I mean? I just think, like, if he comes in like that with Bobby Knuckles, it's gonna be over first round, dude. I'm gonna put my money like this. This is almost like we always say this, like, dude, how come you didn't tell me to put money on that? It was super obvious. I feel like this is one of those super obvious ones.
It could also be one of those fucking upsets that you're like, God damn. You know what I mean?
I don't know,
Because
man.
I mean, let me see. What's Whitaker's record recently? Who's he fought recently?
Pull it up. I think his last fight was against Cannonier, no?
Sounds right. That was a while back. All right, let's see. So recently, he won against Marv Vittori.
Oh yeah, that's right. Another decision.
Yeah, and then he lost to Izzy, and then he beat Kevin Gastelum, and then he beat Jared Cannonier.
There we go. All right, so it's been a while since the Cannonier fight.
Yeah, so he fought last September, and then he beat Marvin Vittori, unanimous decision. Yeah. So, I mean, do you think? Well, what do you think about Du Plessis versus like Vittori? Like, do you think he's tougher than Vittori?
No,
you don't think so.
I don't think so, dude. Even Whitaker couldn't put out Vittori. Like, he's like Vittori is just like that dude that is not gonna quit. He's not
got a
gonna
blockhead.
Yeah, he's got a blockhead, dude. He's all granite. You know what I mean? He's got the takedowns. Yeah. I would have rather have seen a Vittori and Dricus Du Plesis. I think.
Okay, yeah, I can see that. That would have been better.
I think that DDP would have had a better odds of winning maybe that matchup than this one, because I think he's just gonna get blown out of the water, dude.
You think it's too much for him?
I think so. I think it's too much too soon. But hey, you never know. Like, you're absolutely right. You know what I mean? When it's your time, bro. And if it's his time, watch out, Bobby Knuckles.
Dude, we've been seeing a tear up from a lot of underdogs recently.
Yeah, that's true, man. Well, what about this? Who would you call the underdog in this? Dana White, Aljamain Sterling can't get out of his own way after hinting at delaying the Sean O'Malley fight. This was reported by MMA News. Let's check this out. I don't think there's a video, but I think there was a quote that I wanted to share.
All right, play it, because I got some shit to say about this.
Actually, there isn't no video, but
can you sum up what happened then?
Well, here's his quote. Here's the quote that I was looking for. He's fighting. Do you want me to explain the mind of fucking Aljo? White explained. I got a call from Henry Cejudo this morning saying it sounds like Aljo doesn't want to fight. Aljo's just one of those guys who can't get out of his own way. Why did he say that? I don't know. The fight is absolutely positively on. And that's Dana White referring to some comments, I believe, that Aljo made with Ariel Helwani on the MMA Hour, where he was talking about when Errol asked him, like, hey, are you injured right now? What's going on? And Aljo said something along the lines of, my shoulder's hurt. I haven't gone to the doctor yet. I got a doctor's appointment next week, and we'll wait and see what he says. And that's basically it. And he just said, hey, if the doctor says I'm good, then I'm good. Then I'll fight whenever they say. And that was it. And then Dana White.
I heard that interview.
Yeah.
He also said, hey, man, but, I'd appreciate if Dana would call, be like, hey, how you feeling? Right? Like, but nah, they don't. They just made the match, and you know what? I'll be there because I gotta be there, like I've always been. You know what I mean? That was his statement, which is true, man. But here's what I gotta say about that, man. Like with Dana, I'm kind of I hate the fact that he calls out his fighters like that. Like, he talks shit about them possibly not making a match when he didn't really say that. First of all, second of all, maybe he is injured, dude. Like, you got to check on your fighters, dude. These are people who are putting it online for you, for your profit. Yeah, we want to watch it too. But at the end of the day, dude, do I want to watch one, maybe two more of these fight with Aljo, or do I want to watch more of them, down the line?
Dude, I don't want to see another Gilbert Durinho situation.
That's what I'm saying. Because
that a fighter on a roll, tearing it up, putting his body on the line, and he puts it out there just one too many times in too short of a span. Let these guys heal up, bro. Right. I don't understand why Dana did this, and he didn't do this Dude, he left John Jones on the shelf for 3 years.
Right.
He left Francis on the shelf for 3 years. Volkanovski fought on the same. I mean, this is something I keep bringing up all week, dude. Volkanovski fought on the same damn card as Yair Rodriguez, who's his opponent in like 2 months. But they barely announced that fight like 3 weeks ago, and they fought in February. So why are they trying to hurry up? Like, you know what I mean? Like, I get it, but let's give the man some time to heal up, or at least the ball should be in his court because he's the champ, no?
Dude, yeah, and it fucking robs, like, us as fans, like, of good performances. You know what I mean? Like that Durinho fight, this last fight, that wasn't a good performance, and I feel bad because we talk shit about it a little bit, but I'm like, dude, was it really his fault? Yeah, he was fucked up. How can you perform that well when you're all fucked up like that? You're all chingado.
For reals, dude. Well, how about this? Aljo ends up clapping back on his own podcast, and let me read a quote for you here. It's a pretty long one, but he said, "If you want me to be the bad guy, tell me behind closed doors, behind the screens. Aljo, this is what we're going to do. This is a script. Here it is. This is what we want to see. This is what the fans are picking up on you. Why don't we just take this and turn the volume up and accelerate the noise, and I make this as crazy as possible?" Sterling said on his podcast, "I'm with it. You guys know I like to play a character. I'll be him. Let me be the character, but get me in on the joke. Let's get on the joke together, but not when you're going to keep doing this stuff and then making me look like I'm a bitch. No, you're not going to keep doing that, dog. Fuck out of here, Dana. Get out of here with that." So sounds like he's frustrated. I would for sure too. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, yeah, dude, kind of fucked up. So hopefully he's healed up, because I would hate to see a compromised Aljo versus a Sean who's at close to 100% as possible. You know what I mean? But, hey, maybe that'll make the fight a little more interesting, because I think Aljo's just going to steamroll that fool. I think it's going to be like big brother, little brother.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I don't want to keep shitting on Dana, but he keeps doing things and saying
can't get out of his own way.
He cannot get out of his own damn way. You know what I mean?
What a stupid son of a bitch.
Exactly. So Francis Ngannou, dropped the news. He signed with PFL, shared the details of his contract, but he came out on the Dan Le Batard show. And
Francis,
check
we've
this
got
out.
to get you out because you've got other things to do.
This is
I
at the
hope
very
to talk
end.
to you about this at more length, because what happened to you was really unfair, and you're brave and you're a pioneer as well in what it is that you're doing in fighting for the rights of fighters. When you say a few pennies, though, I know you got to get out. A few pennies. It was more than a few pennies, but it wasn't what you were worth. What were the dollar amounts we're talking about there?
I believe he's referring to the 2019 contract negotiations. All right. So this wasn't right before he left.
100, 120.
Oh no. 100 or 120 grand to fight as a main card. Oh no. Oh,
Come on, man.
Really?
Come on, man.
That bad? Yeah. Okay, Francis, we'll talk more at another time. People need to know this story. What happened with you was wrong, and you did a brave thing. Thank you, sir.
Woo! So he was talking about when he fought JDS, they offered him $120K to fight. That was what he was getting at that time. And so 29. So I pulled this up. I can't remember where I found this. Okay, I found this on thesportsdaily.com. Check this out. This is the earnings for the top earners in the UFC in 2019.
This is his
I'm sorry.
This is Ngannou's pay scale ever.
That's right. I'm sorry. The next one is. So this is all of Francis's paydays in his UFC career. So if you look at his first fight, he got paid $38K to fight and $38K to win. Plus he got a $50K bonus. Plus $2,500 from sponsors and $128.5 from Reebok. Then when he fucking almost took Alistair Overeem's head off of his neck, dude, he got $40K to fight, $40K to win.
Damn.
Then he fought Stipe for $500K.
I can't believe he didn't get a performance bonus for that shit.
Well, he got 10. Yeah, no, that's crazy, huh?
Yeah.
He didn't. Then he fought Stipe. This is weird because he fought Stipe the first time, and I think this was for the strap, and he lost. Remember that?
Right.
And he got 500K. That was 2018. Then his next fight was against Derek Lewis. Remember when it was super boring?
Oh yeah, dude.
Yeah,
Yeah,
remember
that,
he got
shit.
100K in that one. Then he fought Curtis Blades, and I think he beat the shit out of him, and
Yeah,
he got 100 to fight and 100 to win. And then after that, he fought Kane and beat the snot out of Kane, and they gave him a 10 grand raise. So he got 110 to fight, 110 to win. And then here's where he was talking about, I think this UFC fight night was going to be the main event. He was going to fight JDS, and they were only going to give him 120 at that time. So then I was like, well, how much was everybody else making in 2019? And these are the earnings from 2019. This isn't just per fight. This is for the whole year. So in 2019, the highest earner from the UFC was Khabib, and he made just a little over $6 million.
Damn.
Alistar made 1.7 mil.
Wow.
I don't know, dude. From fights, from bonuses, from sponsorships, probably. But I believe this is only from fight. This is only from UFC contracts. Because it's just their salary. It's not bonuses. I'm sorry. So look, Anderson was still on there, 1.2. And if we click on this, I think it takes us to everybody. Check it out. The top 100. And where was Francis at? Number 32.
Damn, dude.
Francis made 525K that year. And almost, let's look at his fight record, dude. Francis fought 2 times in 2017, 3 times in 2018, 2 times in 2019, 1 time in 2020, 1 time in 21, and 1 time in 22. So from 2019, from 2020 to 2022, he only fought 1 time a year, and he was begging for fights, asking for fights all the time, and he never got them. So I think I got something about that in a little bit. So let's talk about UFC pay scale here. We opened the show talking a little bit about that. UFC's numbers came out. This is from Bloody Elbow, came out with an article talking about how UFC's making record numbers, but their fighter pay is at an all-time low. And I think I got the highlights from this article. Actually, no, I don't. I have the highlights from the article in my show notes. But basically what this thing says is that Q1, which is what, January to March?
Yeah.
All right.
Well, the end of March.
So from January to the end of March, Endeavor, which is the owner of UFC, made $1.59 billion. So that includes advertising, fighter pay, all that shit. It's all included, right? But after they pay their bills, after they pay their taxes, after they pay all their workers, they still made $353.3 million. That's just all profit, dude. All profit. That is up 19% from 2022 Q1. Dude, that's insane. I was listening to Luke Thomas on the what's their show called? Morning Combat.
Yeah.
Ariel Helwani says that a good boxing promoter will make something like 13 to 16 million in profits. I don't know if he said a year or a quarter. Dude, that's a drop in the bucket compared to 300. Are you kidding me? That is a shitload of money. They're making hand over fist, dude. What do you think about this? Are you surprised?
I'm a little surprised at the actual like figure. You know what I mean? I'm not surprised that they're doing so well just because like how much the sport has been blowing up. I mean, it's everywhere, dude.
Well, you know what? How much do other leagues pay their fighters or their players? You know what I mean? So here is a share of the league revenue paid to players in certain sports for 2023, as of 2023. So at the top of the list is the EPL, the English Premier League. They share, so they of the whole pie, they get the players get 71%, bro. The players rule that league over there. Have you ever seen the salaries of EPL players?
Damn, hell yeah.
They're the highest paid athletes on the planet, bro.
Yeah.
Behind them is baseball players. Baseball players get 54. 54.
What a stupid son of a bitch.
Leave me alone. 54% of the pie. NBA players get 50% of the revenue. Hockey players get 50% of the revenue. NFL players get 48% of the revenue. Indian Premier League, that's pro cricket. The world's premier cricket league shares 18%. Bro, do you know what UFC shares? 13%. The UFC shares 13% of its total income with its fighters. That's trash, dude. And that probably explains why we get the cards that we've been getting. That's why we only get a banger once a quarter. Because they don't care, because they're going to get that money no matter what. Whether there's 100,000 pay-per-views or 60,000 pay-per-views, they still get the same money. And it's not fair.
So how does it, like one of the things that I was just thinking about right now is, there was this whole talk a while back, like years ago, about like a fighters union, right? That was supposed to be able to help the fighters negotiate better contracts, all kinds of shit. So, okay, I know that didn't materialize, and that's probably not going to materialize
ever.
But what I'm thinking about is, well, there's no such thing as a soccer union either, is it? Like for the
I don't know. I don't watch
a football league. For what about football?
Yeah, NFL has the NFL Players Association. So yeah, they do. Yeah, NBA does as well. So does baseball. So they all have unions, dude. That's probably I don't know about soccer, but I would be willing to bet they probably do. That's why they got 71%. You think they're going to get that on their own? They're morons. For sure. For sure they wouldn't. But, dude, they got the right people in charge. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So, yeah.
So, why can't that happen for a...
Because the UFC has a monopoly on all of MMA. Like, if you want to be great in this sport, you want to go to the biggest league on stage that's got the biggest stage. You want to go where the best fighters are, no? That's how you're going to establish your name. So, of course, everybody wants to go to the UFC, and the UFC knows that. So they use that to their advantage to be like, oh, you don't want this much. Like, that's like your mom, fool. Like, when you're growing up and your mom makes fucking caldo de res in fucking July, you're like, it's 110 outside, Mom. I don't want that. And you're like, all right, then you're not going to eat. You got to eat. So that's UFC. Like, you don't want this food? You don't want this money?
Caldo, fool.
Come get this. That's it. And then when you try to stand up to them, they bury you and make shit up. Like, oh, this fool don't train hard. This guy only looks out for him. Like, you know what I mean? Like, boom. Right here, bro. Right here. What happened to Francis? Very next story. Francis, this came out. And, this has been going on ever since the PFL announcement came. Francis is upset. Francis has been keeping receipts, and he wants to know, Dana, why are you talking so much shit? And this is kind of late. We didn't get a chance to talk about this, but Francis responded to Dana because Dana came up with Dana said, when we released you, you only wanted to fight one time in 3 years. You're scared to take fights. You're scared to take risks. Well, Francis was like, say that again. Hold on. What was that other one? What, and the third one? Okay. Check this out. What's your problem with me? Number one, I completed my contract. You did not release me. Number two, I hate taking risks. Dude, this guy traveled halfway across what's the biggest continent on earth? Russia, Asia, and then Africa after that, maybe? Dude, This guy traveled halfway across one of the largest continents on the planet, not knowing where the shit he was going, not knowing what the fuck he was going to eat, not knowing the languages, not knowing anything, just like, hey, I got to go. And he goes. And then every time he went, he kept getting thrown back. And he just kept going and going, eventually till he got to where he's at now. And then he fought Cyril Gane with 2 busted knees or 1 busted knee and still beat the shit out of him. Bro, what's up with that, man? And then the third reason says that when Dana said he only wanted to fight 1 time, says the reason I fought 3 times in 3 years is because you wanted to control my deal and sign a new one. That's that champions clause where if you're the champ, they extend your contract for as long as you're the champ. And that's BS. So he says, and freeze me out. I owe these guys 3 fights a year. Isn't that what you say? What happened? I always asked for and never said no to any fight in 3 years. And I know he was tripping for that John Jones fight. So why did John Jones say anything about it then, bro?
Right? Yeah. And now he wants to fucking make a fight with Tyson Fury.
Right? Crazy, crazy. So here's a clip of Dana White, I believe, talking after Francis dismantled freaking Stipe. Yeah, check this out. This is Dana White giving John Jones some advice.
John Jones, when I'm home watching this fight, I start moving to 85.
So that was Dana White telling John Jones, yo, bro, you don't want this smoke. Do not come up here. Go back down. As a matter. Go back down. But now, all of a sudden, he's scared. He's scared of these types of matchups. Come on, bro. Come on. He's talking all this smack. Francis just wants what's best, not only for himself, for fighters, for his country. Wants to test himself in the boxing range. And then Dana's like, dude, that's a circus matchup. But you know what I want to make? I want to make Tyson Fury versus John Jones. And the smoke started from...
No one thinks like Tyson Fury could beat John Jones in a fight.
Isn't that fucking interesting?
No one thinks that. Tyson doesn't think that. You want to talk about who's the baddest man on the planet? If John Jones and Tyson Fury are locked into a room,
game over.
I'm pushing all my chips on black.
Is that racist?
Tyson Fury is an amazing boxer. He doesn't have a fucking chance in hell of making it out of that room. 0 chance. He would catch John immediately with 1 punch, and I just don't see that happening, man. The threat of the takedown looms so large. When he gets his hands around you, you'll be so stunned.
So what is that like being John? Like, what is that like thinking there isn't another man on the planet that could do anything to you in hand-to-hand combat?
Pretty awesome.
You know what that feels like? It feels like when you're a blue belt, bro.
Get your blue belt.
You get your blue belt, bro. You walk around this earth like you could take anybody down, even John Jones. But apparently that started a shitstorm because Tyson Fury's like, yo, bro, I'll fuck you up. Don't even think that he could do this to me. And he even went as far as to say, like, yo, if we're gonna do this though, it's gotta be a boxing match. We can only fight with half of your weapons. That's it. All right, I get that. I get that. You know what I mean? But do I want to see this? No. Do you want to see this?
I kind of do.
Oh, you do?
I kind of do, man.
What do you think would happen?
John Jones would probably...
He would maul him, dude. It would be like Randy Couture and James
I mean, well, if it happens in MMA, for sure. Yeah, John Jones would just... Yeah, there'd be no match, man. John Jones might just mess around with him, let him, you know what I mean? Just keep him at distance, take him down when he wants to, let him back up. Might play around with him for a little bit, but there's no way Fury's going to win this.
No way.
If it's in a boxing ring.
How about an MMA match in a boxing ring? We'll meet you halfway there, Tyson.
Now, if it's in a boxing ring, if it's just boxing rules, Tyson probably get it. Yeah, there's no doubt, man. He'll just probably outbox John Jones.
How about Tyson Fury? You just get both bags and you fight Francis in boxing and you fight John Jones in MMA.
There you go.
Get all the money you can, bro. Yo! It's time for the newest segment. And actually, I'm kind of sad because this is the last one. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We've been working for the last few weeks on creating our very own fantasy fight picks. If you could make whatever fights you wanted for International Fight Week, I made mine. Fonzo, you made yours. Here are Cuzzn Ant's.
Oh, is this a picture from when he pretended to be sick and went to that Make-A-Wish Foundation?
Yep.
And
exactly.
his wish was to get pictures with Vegas showgirls.
This was actually after he won that huge KY jelly settlement. And I was like, Cuz, what are you doing? And he's like, leave me alone. Let me live my best life. And I'm like, that's so much money to be spending. Don't buy more KY jelly. And he's like, you don't tell me anything else. I want this gold chain.
He told me to be switching to Astroglide after that.
So these are Cuzzn Ant's fight picks. Let's break him down. He's got prelim picks. He's got main event fights. Let's fucking go. Let's take. All right, Cuzzn Ant's fight picks. Prelim first fight on the card. He wants to see La Mackenzie Dern contra La Rose Namajunas. I don't know why he's got it so out for Rose, but what do you think about this matchup, bro? He hates her.
Yeah, he does.
La Pelona.
I like Rose, man. I you know what I mean? She's an exciting fighter. Dude, but Dern is a beast. So I just don't think I definitely watch this. Don't get me wrong. I definitely watch this. Sure. I just feel sorry for Rose for sure.
I think I'd like to see how this new 3.0 version of Mackenzie Dern looks against Rose, because Rose is like Matrix, bro. Rose got head movement. She's constantly on her feet. You know what I mean? I think her jiu-jitsu is not at the same level, obviously, but it's enough for her to survive. And
you think so?
Maybe. And
I'm thinking she'd get mauled, but keep going. Sorry, my bad.
She couldn't sub Angela Hill. So, and I think Rose is a lot better than Angela, you know. So jiu-jitsu and MMA is a little bit different, I feel, you know, once you start dropping bombs and whatnot. But I feel like Rose's experience on the feet in the cage, that gap used to be really wide. And I feel like Mackenzie's kind of closed that gap a little bit.
Okay.
You know, like she looks super good against Angela Hill, dude.
Yeah, she did.
From everywhere. She's dangerous on the feet and on the ground. She's almost like the guy version of Yair Rodriguez.
Okay.
Just dangerous everywhere, dude. Like she'll knock you out. Like if that's the new Mackenzie, watch out, dude. She's gonna be knocking people out. Dude, I think he's just really stretching for a jiu-jitsu match here. But that
wouldn't be a bad matchup.
No,
though.
It would be awesome, dude. It would be super sick once it hit the mat.
Yeah.
If it didn't, Brian would tear up Crone on the feet.
And I think that's exactly what would happen. I don't know if Brian would want to do a whole ground battle. You know what I mean? He loves striking when he can. You know what I mean? And he'll go to the ground when feels like he's not going to be a good matchup on stand up. But with Kron, I don't think he will find Kron a threat on the feet. So I don't see him have a reason to go to the ground.
Agree, dude. I agree. I think Brian would take this eventually TKO probably.
You know what would be cool though? If they did a not a UFC fight, but if they did a combat jiu-jitsu where you can fucking do strikes, that'd be dope.
But still in that, you got to get a takedown.
Okay.
So, but I don't know.
Yeah, but if they stuck to jiu-jitsu, it'd be kind of cool. I mean,
yes. Once it hits the mats, it's on, bro. So yeah.
Special rules. They start on the ground.
What about this one? What do you think about this? I think this would be like a step down for Henry because he's in the upper. He's like going up, trying to go up while Jan possibly is on his way down. but I feel like this is still a fun fight to watch.
Well, I mean, it's good now. You know what I mean? Just because Cejudo's got that loss now, so
they're both
you know
coming
what I
off
mean?
losses. So
Yeah. So this be interesting.
it sure would be.
I would probably be a lot more excited about this one when both were on top.
Yes.
If you know what I mean, if you would have told me this a couple years, maybe what is it, last year, a couple years ago, when was
why
John's-
wasn't this Henry's tune-up fight?
There you go. There you go. There you go.
He should have done this, dude.
Yeah.
This
Yeah.
is like
I still watch it now, and I still get excited. But I'm glad he's putting it as a prelim because this is probably.
you remember that
good,
first time
nice
we went
little appetizer.
snowboarding, and they're like, "Yo, don't go down the red trails, don't go down the yellow trails, you stay on the pink trail, bitch." And we're like, "Yes, sir."
Yeah.
That's what this is like. He tried to go on red trail right away, bro. You need to stay to the pink lane, fool. Warm up, Henry.
You gotta go on the bunny hill.
What's wrong with people named Henry, man? They're so hard-headed.
Mm.
Sorry, Hanks. I'm not talking about you. I'm gonna talk about other Henrys. All right. Manel Cape taking on yo boy right here. What do you think about this one, man? Alex
You know
Perez,
what?
Manel Cape. We haven't seen Alex Perez in a
Yeah.
while. You know what I mean? It would be
I was
nice
trying to think,
to
what
get
was
him
his
back
last fight?
in. Dude, I don't know, man. The Figueiredo fight. I think his I don't think that was his last fight, but I believe his last fight got canceled. So this is a local boy. He's moved down, training with Timo Yama down in LA with Cookie Monster.
Yeah, so he lost to Alex Pantoja
Yeah, there you
last year, and then he lost to Figueiredo in 2020. That's a long time.
go. I think he took some time off because he had a kid. And
Okay.
he started up some businesses.
Yeah.
So he was ready to get back in the cage, and then I believe he got injured. So this will be a fun matchup, man. I'm down for this scrap.
Yeah, it's not a bad matchup.
What about this next one, dude?
Oh,
Alexa
man.
Grasso, Valentina Shevchenko, part 2. We got to see this. UFC, I believe, is already setting this up, but Cuzzn Ant wants to see it immediately.
Yeah, I agree, man. It has to be done.
Right?
It has to be done, and I'm definitely all for it. That last matchup, man, was just it was unexpected for me.
Shock the world.
Yeah, 100%.
That's why you watch the fights, because you never know what's going to happen, dude.
Yeah.
What about this? Magomed Ankalaev taking on Jamal Hill. I didn't see this one coming, man. I don't know what he's thinking here. This is like two completely opposite games. I love it, though. I love it. This is like a Ferrari versus a monster truck. I'm down. Take my money, cuz.
What's Ankalaev's ranking? Oh, he's set number 2.
Yeah, he's up there. Remember he had a draw against Jan Blachowicz back in.
Oh, that's right.
Earlier this year, I believe. Or last year.
Dude, that'd be good. I think he'll lose his ad against Ankalaev, though.
I think so too. I think Ankalaev would just take him down. I don't know. I want to see it. I want to see this. I definitely want to see this matchup, and we might see this eventually. Bro, this was on your fight card. This was on my fight card, and now it's on Cuzzn Ant's. The world needs to see this, Dana. UFC, make this happen for us, please. Islam Makhachev taking on your boy Alexander Volkanovski. Bro, let's fucking go, man. What do you think?
This is it's a must, man. It is a must. It is a must. If we don't get to see this again, I'm not gonna say. I was gonna say I'll boycott the UFC, but no, I'm not gonna do that. Hell no. But yeah, I'll be deeply disappointed. I'll leave it at that.
Hopefully we get it sooner rather than later, but the world needs to see it, bro. As well as this.
We need to see this for sure.
We're gonna have to wait a little bit longer, but I don't know why it says Makhachev.
I was gonna say, did she get married?
Zhang Wei Li Makhachev de la Makhachev. Wait, Zhang De Wei Li Makhachev. Is that? Am I saying?
I don't know how it works.
I don't know, bro. I'm sorry. But Zhang Wei Li, Yan Xiaonan, he wants to see this. Let's go. Dude, this is his main event.
Wait. Hold on, though. But John is a freaking heavyweight now.
No, I know. Well, man, he's not good at math, but whatever. John Jones could go back down to light heavyweight.
So you think Izzy should go up to?
I think this would have to be like a
catchweight
catchweight match, like not 205, but maybe like 220, something like that.
220.
If they could both make the weight, Izzy cannot make 220. Izzy could probably barely make 200.
Right.
But Izzy's fought at 205. So if John could somehow go back down to lightweight, Izzy goes up to lightweight, then we can make this fight happen.
I thought about this way back when, before John decided. John decided to go up to. He actually made his debut, but you know what I mean. Because this is when Izzy was cleaning up the division. You know what I mean. So, because he did go up, right? He fought at
he fought Yan.
He fought Yan, right?
Yeah.
So I was thinking it would be a great fight before he fought Yan. It'd be definitely a fight that I'd want to see.
I'd be down to see this, and I know that John would put this would be a mauling, dude. John would just just take Izzy down, mount him, put his balls in his face, drop elbows from top. Like, I would think that he would put him through some pain before he finally finished it. Yeah. But it would be an awful matchup for Izzy. But I want to see it. I'm down.
I agree.
All right, dude. Well, that was Cuzzn Ant's last matchup. I want to talk about one more thing that I have been watching every weekend for the last 3 or 4 weeks, bro. Have you heard of Karate Combat?
I did, man. I heard about it, and I actually watched a few clips maybe like a year and a half ago, something like that. I just don't know where they where they air it live.
Yeah, I don't know that, but let's watch Bas Rutten on Joe Rogan podcast talking about the rule set and how it got created, and then we'll come back to this because I got some clips of a show, dude, and it looks. Not only does it look like you're watching fights, bro. Yeah, you're watching fights, but the environment is like, whoa, this is different. This is entertainment right here. So let's watch Bas. Let's hear Bas talk about
These are just Wall Street guys who started this thing.
Karate Combat?
Karate Combat. They wanted to start a boxing thing. His wife's brother, who doesn't even speak English, he said, we should start a boxing event or something. And maybe we should get these Olympic level karate guys and do a full contact show. And he goes, let me Google. And they started Googling and they realized there's nothing like it. That's literally how it started.
And then it's when they go to the ground, they can punch them on the ground for 10 seconds. Is that what it is? 5 seconds.
Yeah, George was with me, George St. Pierre. He's one of the hosts as well as
they got GSP, bro.
Wonder Boy, Lyoto Machida, but he was advocating about 3 seconds. I go, why? 5 seconds is already a short time. I think you need he says, but 3, then they probably hit harder. I go, whatever his reasoning is, but I don't know. But it's a great rule to have. That's first of all. We have it.
So that's Bas going over the rule set for Karate Combat. They fight in this little pit with elevated arcs. Sides?
They're just like sides that go up at an angle.
So if you fall on that, they say you could keep fighting. It doesn't count as a knockdown.
Right. You can still kind of balance off of that, kick off of that. Yes, push off of it.
Could because I remember Christian was talking about that. He was like, "Hey, can you do the Anthony Pettis kick off that?" Yes, you totally could, bro.
Yeah,
you totally could. Check out this clip from one of their last events, dude. Just check out the whole scene as a thing. One of the things that I liked about Pride Fighting Championships was not only were we getting the best fighters, you know what I mean, but we got a show before the show, and that's this right here, dude.
Check everyone that has a story to share.
Of course, there's a advertisement right before, but I like the way they set this up, dude.
And practitioner.
They do most 5-minute, 3-minute rounds. There are takedowns.
Dude, look at that.
Yeah, look at that background, dude. That's so
pause it.
It's
dude,
so
that is
like
so dope.
Cyberpunk 2077 style in the background. And look at the people down around. Like you're sitting all around that, and that's what's going on in the background. That's badass. I want to go to one of these shows. We need to go to one of these shows. If you have not watched a karate combat show, do yourselves a favor. Go watch their highlight reel. They got a lot of good videos. I don't know why they don't get the traction they get. I mean, as the fights go on, the guys get more tired. You know what I mean? Some of the fights are better than others. I can see that. It kind of gets sloppy after a little while. But, hey, it is fun to watch, dude. It's fun.
I need to know more about the rule set because I was watching some of these fights and I still don't get it. Like this fight right here, you got the dudes, and you'll see it in a minute. They're just kind of like bouncing around, feeling each other out, which is, a lot of fighters do that. You know what I mean? Especially even in UFC. But it seems like they could be doing like
more.
For example, you could be throwing leg kicks.
Yes.
And at first I thought maybe that's not, that's not allowed because in traditional karate, my understanding is you can't attack the legs like that. But these you can, because you see them throw leg kicks every once in a while.
Yeah, they do.
And then I was thinking, like, how come he can't just throw a jab like he's so close? And then I was thinking, well, maybe strikes to the face aren't allowed, but they are.
No, you can, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, this is a relatively new sport. You know what I mean? Someone's going to come in and maybe they can take advantage of this. But as of right now, at least in this fight, that's the strategy that these guys chose to use. But you're absolutely right, man. There seems to be a lot of holes in some of these guys' games that people could take advantage of.
Hey, but it's cool, man. Once they get going, once they got warmed up, and I have seen some good fights that, dude, they go for it.
Oh, yeah, there's some good knockouts, dude.
Yeah. And then just the techniques that they're using, the kicks, they do these spinning kicks to the body. Those are fucking devastating as hell. It's awesome.
It's fun to watch, man.
Yeah.
So I'm going to keep watching more, but I just thought that I would share that with everybody out there, with you. Let us know what you think. Fonzo, that's the last story, my man. That is it. Yo, if you're out there listening and this is the first time you're following us, stay tuned. You can follow us on Instagram, on YouTube. I kind of got the same handle for everything. So I kind of shortened the name. It's at @C_Combat Crew. So find us, follow us for all our announcements, upcoming interviews, videos. Let us know what you want us to talk about on the upcoming episodes. Fonzo, anything you want to let everybody know before we head out, my man?
Yeah, if this is the first time you're listening to Chingazo's Combat Crew, just look back at our library of all of our past content under Jiu-Jitsu C2C. And I'm excited to continue talking about these fights, more boxing, combat karate. We definitely got to talk about that more in the future. Maybe we can watch a live airing of it and then, break those down too.
Seriously, dude, I'm really looking forward to talking about fights in general. Just not MMA, not just jiu-jitsu, but all combat, boxing, karate. Dude, there's so much stuff out there that we haven't even came across yet that we want to show everybody. So let's go on this journey together, everybody.
I especially want to
crew. Oh, what's up? Say that.
I especially want to break down the fight that's going to happen between Cuzzn Ant and his significant other after she sees the covers that you put up right now, fool. That's the fight we got to break down. Yeah, that one.
He's got that KY jelly settlement money.
Yeah.
So that's all we got for this week. Chingazo's Combat Crew out.